zone,
Yeah.
the term comes in because it's kind of like a morality, thing, ethics of, are we killing, or is it, are we the ones that are really killing them? Blah blah blah, that kind of deal. And it's a really powerful film. I highly suggest a rental. See,
If you feel like
what?
being depressed,
Absolutely,
if you feel like being depressed,
because it's at one point you see a grandfather putting his wife, his kids, and his grandchildren into in the crematorium. It's really it's terrible. No,
Like, while they're alive?
they're dead. So yeah,
wow.
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
intense.
absolutely. I've been knowing, like, the past 3 months I've been watching really just depressing movies.
Depressing
I don't know.
movie.
Well, like, it's
Why?
not, what?
Don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do that.
But yeah, it's a great movie. I highly suggest you rent it. You'll be very surprised by the performances by everyone. Another movie he let me borrow. It's a documentary. Okay, and it's funny because I was talking to him about documentaries and how I can't stand most modern day documentaries because I don't find them as a documentary because they're totally biased. They're one side. They have an agenda. That kind of deal. Usually the filmmaker's talking, which if it's a documentary, they shouldn't be. It should just be a camera just shooting. You know what I mean? Showing the events of what's going on. And he goes, I was going through. He goes, Dave, I think you're just jaded. He goes, I think you've seen so many just bad documentaries that you haven't seen anything good, so you're just kind of throwing it all to hell. So he suggested me a couple documentaries, and one of them he let me borrow. It's called Lake of Fire, and it's about
And I fell into a burning ring of fire.
It's by the director of American History X, Tony Kaye. Apparently, he worked on this for 14 or 15 years. Okay, and like I said, Lake of Fire, and it's about abortion. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, and I say it because, man, that's one topic, man, that you get anyone talking about, and you can be even moderate about the subject, but all of a sudden the guns come out. You know what I mean? When people start talking about it, people get really anxious.
Yeah.
It's the biggest hot button issue in America, in my opinion. But this is the first documentary I've seen, or even read about abortion that gives out both sides of the argument. It shows everything. I mean, it's so good. Anyone with an opinion on the subject should see this documentary.
What if you don't have an opinion on the subject? Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so you find that way. Yeah,
then you can shut the hell up.
The problem I have with it is it kind of goes into, like, the moderate views into it, but usually when they're showing, like, the arguments, on the pro-life side, it's the extreme evangelicals, and on the left side, it's the extreme feminists. So, like, or the radical feminists. So you never really get, like, the kind of the more, I disagree with it because, scientifically, but yeah, it's not because of God,
kind of people.
I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you know what a documentary I think you should see? Because I think you have this idea that all documentaries have to be political.
No, I saw King of Kong. That's terrific.
Or about social. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
What one were you going to say?
I think you should watch a documentary entitled Grizzly Man.
I'd like.
If you have not seen it, I absolutely think you should rent it and watch it, and we should talk about it next week, because I think you would be very impressed, because there is absolutely no politics or social... well, there is social commentary in it, but it's nothing... It's about a guy who goes and lives with grizzly bears, basically. It's a documentary about a man who goes and lives with a bunch of grizzly bears, and then they kill and eat him.
It's not, but
and
it's crazy.
That's what the movie's about.
So, yeah. Yeah,
so
and actually, it's funny,
I think you would love
my
it.
buddy Nick goes... Because I told him after I saw King of Kong, hey Nick, man, I just saw a documentary that I thought was terrific. This is the first one in a long time I really enjoyed. And he goes, oh, what was that? I'm like, the King of Kong, a fistful of quarters. He goes, what's that about? I go, oh, it's about It's about two guys fighting for the world championship of Donkey Kong. He goes, but documentaries are usually about absolutely nothing. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely true. Yeah. It's absolutely true. There's a really good one of the most famous documentaries ever made that you may have never heard of was called it's less blank. Hang on a second. I'll tell you the name of this. Yeah, it's Less Blank, and the movie he made was called sorry, I'm I'm slurping my food as I eat. Werner Herzog, who's the guy who directed Grizzly Man, told him the guy who was always talking about how he wanted to make this movie, right? He wanted to make this documentary, but he would never make it. He would never make it. And Werner Herzog said, "If you actually make this movie, I'll eat my shoe." And he finally made it. And then there's another documentary he made, which is Werner Herzog eating his shoe. Like literally, he cooks and eats his shoe. And yeah, it's really good. And it's like I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. It's what the fuck? It's like the Gates of Heaven or something like that, or it's like Gates of something. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's just about this family who runs a pet cemetery. Basically, yeah. And it's like really haunting. Like for some reason, like it's just like really haunting. Like this documentary about these people who run a pet cemetery.
No.
So anyway, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
I don't know. There's what I say sometimes. That's what I say sometimes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see. Yeah. So
anyway, continue.
Like I said, check.
Talking
it out.
about documentaries.
Other than that, documentary-wise, I haven't seen anything that's really caught my eye as of late. Been just really paying attention, I guess, to the. I don't know, listen to a lot of talk, going onto a lot of blogs and stuff like that, and news.
Yeah. Gates of Heaven. That's what it's called. Gates of Heaven. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue. I apologize. It's Errol Morris. I apologize. Now it's like Errol Morris.
Doing a lot of that, watching a lot of Metalocalypse, or not, well, home movies from the career of Metalocalypse. Excellent show. So.
Yeah, no, that was. I always thought that was a good show too.
You watched The Office the other night? It was excellent.
I didn't. Really? Why don't you tell me more?
That's all.
No, I can't do that.
Other than that, I don't know. We'll see. That's all I got. That's
we got 10 minutes left, Dave. How are we gonna do 2 hours on Sunday?
I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
We can do it.
We'll see.
Why not?
We'll see.
What?
Oh, we'll see.
You're not gonna be able to
I'll
do
talk
it on
about it
Sunday?
after the show. How about that?
Okay, fine. Is who's gonna be on the show with us on Sunday?
Hopefully, Dave and Crystal. I'm not sure. Maybe we can get Mizzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what up, Mizzle?
I doubt it though, Mike.
What's the deal with Mike? Why isn't he poop on his head?
Oh, there's Mortal Kombat vs. DC that's coming out.
Oh, that's true. That game looks cool. I really like the use of the interactive environments they have in that game. I think that's something that's been a long time coming. I don't know why it's been so long to get fighting games to do that.
Because they have in the past, but I guess they... What?
Mm-hmm.
No, I said they have
go
in
ahead.
the past, but they haven't really been... It hasn't been earth-shattering, you know what I mean? It hasn't been groundbreaking. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, my whole thing I like is just he punches Batman and he falls through a wall and then you're in a new environment. Like, that seems awesome to me.
They did that in the original, the second or the original Mortal Kombat. You uppercut.
It was like a secret thing, though. You had to, like, do the...
I don't know. It's great seeing, like, I love when they do these kinds of... It's kind of gimmicky, but I love when they do these universes meet each other. Like, seeing the Joker fighting Liu Kang or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.